Okay, we're live. Hello. So, tonight we are going to take a look at the Chessable course, Thematic Tactics, Halloween edition. Of course, it is not Halloween today, but it cannot hurt to be prepared for this scary night and also on the chessboard. So, what is Chessable? Chessable is a website that offers courses, and they have a move trainer. The move trainer is pretty cool because once you are doing variations in the courses, then it will give you like memory cards, the moves, and especially only the moves that you didn't get correct will be reviewed more often than the moves that you get right away. And that way you are concentrating on the stuff that you, find kind of difficult instead of wasting all your time by doing the easy puzzles. So having said that, what is this course about? I just read through it shortly. Greetings, perishable soul. It is time to scare the living bejeebus, if that is the English pronunciation, out of your opponents. Inside this free little mini course, there are 13 Halloween themed tactic puzzles created especially for this 2019, I believe it's still okay, it's 2024, Halloween celebration. So, they are addressing the Halloween Gambit for Voigt, and they say it's a gambit so vile that no Grandmaster has yet dared to try it by the light of a serious over-the-board tournament. And they're also covering the blood-curdling Frankenstein-Dracula variation, played by the black side in the Vienna game, which arises after. I don't know both of these openings, so I will probably learn something here. And so both masters, FIDE Master Martin Voigt and I am Dirk Sebastian, are stressing that learning openings is not just about memorizing variations, but more about understanding the general strategical ideas. Okay. And what do they say is the key point? You best amplify your knowledge in openings and structures by internalizing common tactical motives. Okay, this course provides everything you need to do just that, all a quick warm-up from both the white and black side. Okay, so getting ready for the Halloween mood. I'm going to click on Get for Free. Error, please refresh the page. Okay, we're doing that. Refresh. Get for free. Yes. It was idle too long. Okay. So I now own the free course. Start learning. Right. So I'm quickly checking in the streaming software if you can see everything all right. Yes, this looks all right. It's all what we need. I mean, I can move it a little bit to the left. Hold on. And going here. And moving that a little here. Oops. Yep, can do it a little more. Hold on. Yes, this should be all right now. Okay, if not, this should be all right now. So if not, just let me know. There is no video included in the course, so I'm going to read the text, and we should be having fun doing this. So, why not starting right away? And let's go. So, hello Perishable Soul, this is a short course with 13 tactics that typically occur in the Halloween Gambit and the Frankenstein Dracula variation. We hope that you enjoyed the puzzles as much as we did preparing them. A few words on our approach to finding good and scary positions. We've developed technology and sophisticated algorithms to automatically find correct and interesting puzzles for various topics. We handpick the best ones and cast an evil spell on the solutions. That means these puzzles are carefully selected and have a clear and carefully jinxed solution. Happy Halloween! Okay, I'm scared by now, but let's go. Okay, continue and click on continue. So here we are going to go through the moves. E4, E5, and F3, and C6, and C3, and F6, and knight takes E5. This is called the Halloween Gambit. White's idea after taking is D4. Is to smother black, whose pieces have less and less places to hide. White might follow up with D5 and or E5 and quick development while black has trouble breathing. In this chapter we collected a few puzzles from this eerie opening. Okay, I'd like to go through the opening again. E4, E5, and F3, and C6, and C3, and F6, and now we are basically sacrificing the knight for now. It gets taken, and now we're threatening it to go away. And again, smother black. Okay, let's see how this will work. Continue. Next variation. So it's white to play. So something came up afterwards here. What can white do? I usually take about 10 minutes time before I'm giving up. But here I will really try to find the best thing to do. Okay, if I take, it's attacking the queen. The queen has no option to move out of the way because of the queen on E2. And if the pawn takes D6, then I can take probably with the knight, giving another check. And again, the queen cannot go out of the way, so the knight has to move. So I won a knight, and the king is in serious trouble as he has no chance to castle to either side. So is that my best move? Let's see. What's even nicer, of course, is if I take with the pawn and he takes with this pawn, I can fork on C7 as the queen is not allowed to move out of the way. So what happens if the queen takes my queen? I take the pawn. I take the pawn, and he takes my queen on e2. I retake with the bishop, and he needs to go with the king, so he's not being forked. And now let's just check the move order. Oh, this is even nicer, I think, isn't it? I take on c7, forking the rook and the knight. If he wants to prevent that, he has to take with the queen. I take with the pawn, discovered check. He can go to d7 or d8, and I take with the pawn. So, what is the best solution here? Is anybody in chat? So, if you see something, just let me know, and I will does it have to be forced? Like check or check? I think it needs to be a check, otherwise he can just exchange queens. So which to take? Here. I think it is the knight to c7 move. Let's see. White to play, now here. And yes, that was the correct move. Super nice, found it. It is good move. And here, and white has a decisive advantage. Black's queen gets killed. Alrighty. So that worked out well. And let's go to the next variation. Okay, this time it is black to play. Also a position occurring after the Halloween Gambit. I'm sorry, still tired. And let's check, of course. So what is the best move here? Halloween Gambit again. What's it like? It's black to play. Do I see something here? First move, well, it's always checking. Checks takes threats. Are there checks inside? Only bishop f2. Check. You can just take. Nothing to do on black side here. So, do we have takes? Well, I could take with the knight on f4, attacking the queen. Queen has to move. queen has to move. And what else is coming up? I don't see it. I don't see it. So check, yes, no. No, check, nothing happening. Also nothing. Do we have threats? Of course, the knight is under attack here, so how about queen to e7? Takes. Need to retake, doesn't work, nope. Is this puzzle something to just save something or to attack something? I don't really know. Do not find it. Okay, so let's check what could be the best move. Could be nice to move the knight out of the way. But what are the moves? h5, g4, the queen just takes, nothing's happening. e4, take on d5, it's just losing material. Going back to g8 is also not the very best idea here. So if I go and attack the knight, the pawn on f4, he cannot, well, he can take, check, and then move the queen out of the way. And I have nothing, so I really don't know. What is the best move here? Check. Castling? No, I need to save the knight somehow. Well, in a real game, I would probably go just g8. I don't know if that is the solution. I mean, white should be better as I'm strangled in my position with black after the exchange. I don't know. Is there anything? g4? Queen takes. No. I don't see it. Okay, so I just move knight g8, and that is probably very lame and wrong, but yeah, we see. Incorrect. My move is 0-0. Ah, yes, of course. If he takes, I can just bring the rook over and have a threat on. But then he could bring up the knight. Okay, this devilish move gives black the upper hand. Not good would be knight g8. Well, my move would not be good. 10 f5. Yeah, here, going back. Okay. And white gets his piece back. Okay. Oh. Again. Yep. Gives black the upper hand. Not good would be. Okay. So castling was correct, and I missed the rook move to e8. Okay, missed it. Well, just learning as always. So, going to the next puzzle then. First I need to make the move. So the system knows that this is alright, but now here. Okay, this is so good about Chessable and yeah, all the to me it's the power of Chessable, or in general chess, that I hope the quiz is over, but it's not over, and you're forced to still keep on thinking. So what can I do now to get rid of the knight here? Can I attack it? No. Can I attack his defender? Yes. Oh god. And attacking the defender, the queen on e2, of course. It would be knight takes f4. What can white do? I'll just take, because it's a bishop on c1. I didn't see that at first. So what is now my best move here? Well, as the knight is pinned, I could probably just take on f6. I believe that's the best move. And we go for it and see what happens. It's incorrect. Okay, the ghastly pin on the e file is decisive, e.g. d6 is being played, and now it's king d1. And once more, I have no clue why. King d1, bishop f5. Okay, so, but what happens if the king is not moving to d1 but d2? I am checking with the computer. I hope that's fine with you guys. So it's analysis board. Need to check if you can still see it. Yes, it's coming up. And the position is -4, -3, -4. Okay, so it's always d6. So my question, of course, is what happens if I take as I intended to? It jumps to +13. Yes, because it's a check. I forgot that it's check. And yeah, okay. So I didn't see the check that's coming in, so that is not the best move. And so if I go d6 as planned, computer suggests g4, but here they said d1. Okay, of course, if that is being played, I can bring the computer, the bishop to b5, and it is f5, sorry, and now it's double attacked. He cannot defend, he cannot go out of the way, so that's super move, and that's why probably the computer said something else. So let's check. Okay. It should not be king d1, but as the computer proposes here, it's g4. Yeah, g4, and that way I cannot play f5. Okay, understood. So it's still -4. I mean, still it's still good, but do they give this variation here? Your move is d6. No, there's not an alternative, and black to play. I try again this one here. Okay, let's see. So we already checked knight g8. It was not good. Then after the castling, we played e takes f6, rook e8. And now we're here. 10 d6 would have been good too. Ghastly pin, file decisive, king d1, bishop f5. Okay, but they didn't take the other one into consideration, so it's not in here. And okay, I'm just taking a look if there are comments in the course. Nope, no comments. Okay, so 2 good moves. Okay, so we are again here. All right, and we are now. I have some kind of a problem because the course is not suggesting the computer move. I know that they'd like to give those situations where it makes sense, but here to me I have to admit that yeah, pawn to g4 is kind of preventing it. Okay, so I learned that for now, and what I take out of this puzzle here is that I need to take more care because the knight to f6 was checking my king, so I couldn't take the queen. So that wouldn't have been good to take. And yeah, with that, I go to the next variation and see what is happening here. And guys in chat, if you like to chime in, please just write it and we'll see how that goes. I will check in chat from time to time. Okay, we have a new situation here. It is white to move, and I believe we should be able to do something here. Okay, what's happening? Can I get his queen? No. Is something hanging? Nope. His his knight looks bad on h6. And again, Halloween Gambit, of course. So, what is the best move for white? Okay, now some calculations are coming in. First, I'd like to start with usual checking. What happens if I check? I check with the queen and take on f7. He probably takes with the knight, or in this case the king, because the knight is still protecting f5. So this doesn't make sense to me. It's not Halloween, but I'm already tired. No candy, but tired. Okay, so what else? Another check is not inside, so we're taking a look of captures. So if I capture the knight on f5 with the bishop, does it open up something? No, he just gets his knight into play. Doesn't make sense. So if I play pawn to bishop to b5, attacking the queen, does it make sense? To me not, because the bishop on c8 is still protecting d7. Okay, so with that, okay, here. What could be the best move? What is the best move? Can I get my pawn out of the way by bringing it to e6? He can just take with d. Oh, okay. So if he takes with d7, then I can bring my bishop to b5 and have this what's it called? The absolute pin. Absolute pin means that the king is behind another piece. Okay, so what happens if he takes with the other pawn? The f7 pawn? Then, I repeat again, we go e6 with the pawn. He retakes with the pawn on f7. What? No. He takes with the knight. Doesn't make sense. Well, if he takes with the knight, I can take with the bishop his knight on f5. Sorry. Okay, so if you in chat have it, just give me a little hint in chat. So checks are done. Now takes, take. It's done. Oh, you already got that. Now it's threats. So bishop to b5, threatening the queen. Queen needs to go out of the way. Has several spots to escape, so also doesn't make sense. And with that, I don't know, but I still think that the pawn to e6 is the best move here. Does chat say anything differently? Nope. So I'm just going to do it and then see what has been wrong. was correct. Lovely. So he took with the pawn. And what now? I could take with the rook, check. He has either to go out of the way or take. If he takes, I have my absolute pin with the bishop on b5. So I could take the knight on f5, but he could retake with his. Okay, if I take with the rook, he can retake with the queen. I need to retake with my queen. And we have here, and so it's an exchange not in my favor. So that's not the case. What I need to do here, so... you see I'm having trouble. It's for advanced chess players. So, again, I'm checking chat. Nope. So, does anybody know the solution in this Halloween Gambit position? What is the best next move? Take with the rook on e6. He retakes with the queen. I take with my queen, he takes with the pawn. And I have a bad exchange here. If I take with the queen, check. He can simply take with his pawn. If he takes with the pawn, I cannot go to b5 because it's not protected anymore, as the queen is not on b3. I don't know. And as I don't know, I'm probably going to... If I go b5 and then take... Okay, I go bishop b5. Queen needs to go out of the way. And if the queen goes out of the way, I can take with the rook. So my suggestion here is bishop b5. Let's see if that is the correct follow-up move. Yes, it was. Oh, I'm happy. Okay, and now I'd like to further pressure the queen. Would that make change? No. Okay, what's the difference now? What can I do now? What was Black's king protecting, maybe? I don't know, but it would be great if I find out, of course. Oh. I take, he takes. Super nice. Yes, now the pawn is. I can take the pawn with the rook because he cannot take with his pawn because it would be discovered check. And if he takes with his queen, I can take with my queen, and still he cannot retake. So I believe rook e6 is the best move. It is. He took. Now I can take. And I solved it. Lovely. All right. Whew, that was a tough nut, as we say. Okay. Very nice. And now we are going to the next one. Okay. It's white to play in the Halloween Gambit. Let's check. So, the queen looks kind of vulnerable. But my queen is also under attack. So, my queen is unprotected and under attack. I'm still checking the usual stuff, and that would be checks, takes, threats. So, can I put him into check? Yes, I can with e7 check. He could take it, and if he takes it, I could go rook f7 check. No, sorry, I didn't go for that. So he could take with the queen, check. If he takes with the queen, what is my next move? It does not make sense. I really don't know. So it's tough. If I take, he takes with this. I take the queen. He takes my queen with the bishop. I don't know. It's really tough. Okay. What is the idea here? We have one defender on e5. So I of course like to bring my rook to f7. So if I take with the bishop, you can take my queen. I would go there, and it's not made. Won't work. I don't know. That all does not make sense. Check. Needs to go. What needs to take? I don't know, and time is running. Guys, do you know? Nope. Okay. So I'm just going to move something where I think it's a grandpa move, as Barland would say. But still, I have no clue what to play otherwise. I'll take the queen. Yes, it was wrong. It was a candidate move here. Okay, bloody queen sacrifice. Okay. Next, I take. He takes the queen. Well, now white to play. Yeah, now I could give him a check. That's cool. And now I think check on f8. He needs to retake with the... Well, if he takes with the knight, then his queen defends the promotion square on e8. But still, I would have the bishop defending that one, but I would be down, I think. So is there a way? Is there a way? Okay, what is the best move now? No, of course it is another check. Yeah, and it's easy. F7, G7, check. He needs to go to... Yes, so it is G7 check. He needs to go back to F8 with the king. I bring in my rook, F1. It's again a check. And is it already checkmate? Taken, 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 taken. Yes, I believe so. If he brings in the knight on f4, I can just take, and it's again checkmate. Yes, so let's go for this variation. Check, and check, and check, and I even forgot the bishop again, the pawn again. So if he takes with the, or if he brings the pawn, still checkmate. Okay, lovely. I just missed the first one, and was it so hard to find? Actually not, it was a candidate move, but again, my thoughts why I didn't play it was that, oh no, he couldn't take with the... Yeah, see that? Okay, so it was basically easy. If I take with the bishop on e5, I thought, well, if he takes my queen, we saw what happens, but I thought he could just take my bishop with the knight, but that would have been checkmate. No, it's not checkmate right away. because of the new knight from g6 on e5 would protect that square f7 from checkmate. But what I could do is, if the knight on g6 goes out of the way, I could just take the pawn, the bishop on h4 with my queen, and then it would be good exchange for me. Okay. So basically I was close, but I was not able to follow through with my calculation here. Okay, so again, Halloween Gambit. We are going to the next variation and see what happens here. So probably also some kind of weird combination. So what's the situation? We have a discovery check if the pawn on e5 goes out of the way. We will start trying with several moves here. And that is checks, of course. So check g8, rook takes. Not the correct move. So, sorry guys. If I go queen f7, he takes with his queen, I take with the bishop, he takes with the king, and I'm down in material. So also not the best way. That are the only checks. So what are takes doing here? Okay. Again, anybody in chat who can help? Yes, here, Mark is in the house. Okay, nice. Maybe I didn't see it earlier on. Sorry, but spooky. Rook f7 is mating like the puzzle. Yes, after knight takes e5. Oh, wait. Okay, so that was probably for the variation before. Sorry that I didn't see it. Yeah, I just take a look if you are still in. I can take a look at participants. Yes, you're still here. So that's nice. And thanks for being here again. Okay, so let's go back. Sorry that I didn't see it before. And now we're at the new puzzle. And let's solve it together. So, what's happening here? So, again, checks didn't work. Now takes. One move, maybe bishop takes f6. He retakes with his pawn. One defender gone. King side is open. But I don't see how I can further exploit it. I mean, e5 looks strong. 4 times defended with the knight, bishop, pawn, and queen. So probably. Let's see what Mark says. Didn't say something for now, so let's further check what could be the best move. Let's think we're really playing this and we're going to lose if we don't find it, or we're going to be angry after we don't find it. Okay, we're just doing a game here. Knight f3 takes e5. He cannot retake because the queen is pinned by the bishop on h4. So he has to take with the okay, if he takes with the bishop, then I could take with the a rook maybe. Then he has to take with the knight. And I could take his rook. So what is the count? Pawn against the knight. 3-2-1 for him. Takes. I take that. 3-5. No. I lose these. He is not losing that. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. Sorry guys for being so non-talkative here. But okay, yeah, lots of pins. Okay. So so it's 2 pins. It is the pin for the pawn on e5 and the pin for the pawn on f6. Then the knight is pinned on c6. It's not only a spooky Halloween Gambit, it's also a difficult one. Okay, so rerouting. What happens with knight to d4? It attacks the pinned. Oh, actually looking good. What would I play if I would be him? Knight is double attacked. He is pinned by, if he doesn't move the rook to b8, I could just take. He retakes with the pawn on d7. So here, from here to there. And then if I take, I have a nice fork from the queen to the king and the rook. So his defense would be, I go here, and he moves the rook to b8. Then I'm here, and then I could go to f5, attacking the queen. Maybe that's a good move. I don't know. Let's take a look what chat says. Okay, lots of pins, and they can't short castle at the end, so the queen side is falling apart. Yes. Knight takes e5 looks winning, you say. Okay. Yeah. So again, I try. So knight takes. He cannot take here. So if he takes with the knight, I immediately take the rook. So he first needs to take with the bishop. I take, well, take. take with the rook. And now, yes, and now queen is pinned, absolute pin. Take. Okay, take. Well, if he takes my rook, I take his rook, then we're kind of even, and I lost my, basically I just won a pawn. Okay, but I think you are right. Okay, so what are you saying? Queen side is falling apart. No, I'm dumb. Queen f8. Let's read again. Queen f8 isn't made. Yeah. So, but still, I think this is a good way to go. And here in the games also, I tend to just move without calculating it all the way through. So I still believe that knight d4 is the better move, but we are going to take and then see what happens. Are you alright with that? Okay, so we are going to do this now. I take, and it was the correct move. Okay, so he took. Now I'm going to take with the rook. Or is there anything else? I don't think so. Take. Green takes. And now check. He retreats. Okay, check on f7. He retreats, only move to d8. And I think that is the best move. If I take, nothing really happens. Take, don't know. Yeah, okay, I think it's queen g7, not queen f8, yes, queen g7. But if you play queen takes g7, hitting the rook and f6, let's take a look. So, the rook is not threatened. It's check, and he goes to d8 with the king. And if that happens, there's nothing else I see what is threatening him. I mean, of course, I would like to bring the rook to e1, but it's not protected. Oh, can I lure the king to another square here? Okay. Usually in these problems, the checks are always fine. So, is there anything else? I don't know. Anybody else in chat? So, okay, queen takes g7 there after king d8. We thread the rook and a fork. Let's see that again. It is hitting the rook and f6, you say? Okay, queen takes g7, not queen. Okay, hitting the rook and f6. So after queen takes g7, We don't have to take queen takes g7. Ah, here you mean, all right. Okay, let's go again. So we are going to go check on f7. King needs to go away to d8. We are taking g7. And the rook now has... Okay, only one place basically. And that is e8. And if he goes e8... Ah, hold on. Then we can just hit f6 with the bishop, giving check. And the queen needs to take. We take with the queen. And yeah, so I believe the winning move sequence is queen f7. King has to retreat. Queen takes g7. The rook needs to go to e8, and we take with the bishop, and that is a check. But what happens if the knight now is blocking? Then I don't know. The rook and the fork. Okay, so the question here is, what happens? I just repeat. So here we go, check. The king needs to retreat to d8. We are... hold on. We can take right away with the... No, we cannot, because the pawn is still there. So we first take. Then he has to go with the rook. g8 is not good, we take. f8 is not good, we take, checkmate. So he needs to retreat to e8. If he goes e8, we give him a check with the bishop from h4 on f6, check. And now he can stop the check by taking with the queen. I take, not the best solution. Next solution would be he goes with the rook to e7. But then I can just go f8 with the queen, and we're having a checkmate, because he cannot bring the rook down for defense. So the only move he then can play to prevent everything is bringing the knight to e7. And if he plays that, then I don't know. Did anybody write anything in chat? Okay. So we have queen BR with this rook, bishop, knight, and we have some pawns. Looks winning. Yes, it looks winning, but is that usually the solution for these kind of puzzles? So I'm kind of stuck. Does anybody else know what to do here? I will repeat, and it is again, we are going f7 check. King retreats d8. We take on g7. Rook needs to go to e8. Then we're giving him a check with the bishop on f6. Then only move he has is the, well, not the only move, but the only move that makes sense. Oh, is of course the knight. And if the knight blocks on e7, it is protected by the queen and the king. And I have also only 2 attackers, so that doesn't work. Okay, so can we somehow get rid of the knight then? Can we do something with our rook? No. Can we give some other checks? We can of course take with the queen. Take, doesn't work. I don't get it. So, people, let me know what's happening in the chat. We have queen and 2 pawns for a rook and a knight. Don't think we need to mate. Usually there are these kind of... Well, we go for the solution now. Let's see. So we are going to give the check. That's correct. We are going to take. Congratulations, it's already done. Okay, let's just read why. The gruesome double threat of queen takes h8 check and bishop takes f6 will bury black. I'd like to challenge this with the computer, so let's see, of course. Can you still see this? Yes, the analysis is in the transmission. Okay, so we are going, if knight blocks, take queen. Yes, of course. Oh, of course. So it's a 9 for a +9 for white. So we said this is the only move here. Then we take here, and yes, I forgot that we are not only giving check, but we're having the fork. And this is my lack of visualization. It was easier than I thought, and at least you gave the top line, did I? Let's take a look. Queen e7, bishop takes e7 check, knight takes e7. What does it say? Okay, queen e7. Now the queen goes, okay. Bishop takes e7, the queen. Knight takes e7, bishop b7. Okay. Phew. That was tough. Alrighty. So it was nice seeing the Halloween Gambit. I didn't know it at all. We can just go to the Halloween Gambit again. We all saw positions arising from this gambit idea, where here now the knight is being sacrificed for a nice attack. Okay, so didn't see it, have never played it before, and probably won't try, but it was still fun. So now, as it's Halloween more or less, we are going to the Frankenstein Dracula variation. I'd like to ask in the chat, did anybody here ever played the Dracula Frankenstein opening or the Halloween Gambit? Assumed you were talking about after. Okay, and that's why I was saying we didn't need to calculate further. Yes, Mark, you're right. Yeah, okay. So we are going to go for the Frankenstein Dracula variation introduction. The Frankenstein Dracula variation, named after its bloodthirstiness, often play continues with. Okay, let's go. It is e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, looks pretty normal to me. Then we have the bishop on c4, and now knight takes e4. I just retake, and then now let's see how this goes. Okay, so knight takes e4. Then queen h5, knight d6, bishop b3, knight c6, knight b5, g6, queen f3, f5, queen d5, queen e7, knight takes with the fork, king d8, knight takes the rook, b6. So black will pick up the doomed a8 knight and rely on terrifying pieces lurking behind a threatening center. Yes, looks like this was just eager to take. This chapter contains some thrilling exercises from games played in this hair-raising opening. Okay, but before we are going to take a look at that, I really like to see what happens if after this we just take with the knight. Then I believe this is going to come and we lose a piece and the center is right away. So let's take a look at the evaluation here. Can you still see that? Yes, you can see it. Okay, so far it's super equal. We just take d5, yes, as I thought it would be. Then we have bishop d3, protecting. He takes, and we are here, and black is, well, not way up, but has an advantage. Okay, so this is good for me to understand. And then we are now with the knowledge that it's a bloodthirsty Frankenstein Dracula variation. We take a look at positions that are arising from these from this opening and try to solve it as before. Let's see. Here we start. Okay, so guys, white to play, and as always, I tried first. I don't know how you approach it. Some people would probably do a proper evaluation, but I always go for the checks, takes, and threats right away. And if pieces are hanging and so on. So, first check comes to mind with the queen on f7. King takes. And I give another check by moving the pawn to d6. Then we can lure him out into the open. Or he can just go back. So I believe that is nothing. Another check is not to be seen. Then we are next going for the takes. Okay, so take, take. Take, take. Attacking the queen on d6. He can take or take from both sides, doesn't matter, and we just had an exchange. But we have a checkmate threat. Okay, so the idea here is, of course, yes. Okay, if I just go d6, the bishop is attacked, and we have the checkmate threat on f7. So can he defend if I go with the pawn to d6? First moving out of the way. f8, checkmate. Take, checkmate. f6, checkmate. Take, checkmate. Take, checkmate. So I think right away that this is the correct move. Yeah. If I would be him, I would probably castle. And then I take the... oh, still interesting. Yeah, but still I think that's the best move. It's just pawn d6 for start. Okay, so let's see if I'm correct or if I oversaw something being way too positive, but yes, that one was an easy one. The life of Black's king is about to end. I love it how they wrote it. The life of Black's king is about to end due to the threat of queen takes f7 checkmate. Okay, saw that. Not too hard. One move, not combination, but one move threat. So that was cool. And now we're going to the next variation and we take a look. So this time it's black to play. And first comes to mind we would have a nice fork if we bring the pawn to f3. So we have another fork if we bring the knight to d4, attacking the king and the white bishop, breaking the bishop pair. And the good thing is we can also in the next move attack the queen by bringing up the... hold on. Ah, I think I see something. Okay, so if I just yes, so I go f3 and he needs to go away with the king or lose the queen, and so usually the queen takes, and then I just fork him on... oh yes, and then I just fork him on d4 with the knight. So that should work out pretty fine. Yeah, d6, no good replies. f3 forces a knight fork and we're good. Yes, alrighty, so let's just do it. Yes, yes. Next variation. Oh, those are easy. I can't remember anymore, but probably these also for the Halloween Gambit also were easy at first, and they will become tougher, I'm sure. But these are basically one or two move combinations. So next variation, and it is white to play. Okay, white to play. And what do we see here? Easy, isn't it? Check. Cannot take or defend or do anything else. He just needs to bring... ah, I forgot that the queen... okay, so I'm talking in riddles to you probably. So my idea here is queen b3 check. So he cannot take my queen, he cannot move out of the way, so he has to block. That is done by pawn d5. And I thought just take and it's checkmate, but he has the queen behind that and would take my queen if I take. So what happens? I go still b3 check. He brings up the pawn to d5 And now what to do? Everything from my side is blocked on the first rank. So nothing I can play with, just the knight and the queen. Still, I think that's the best way to go. What to do then? There's no fork. I mean, there would be a fork on f6, but it can just be taken by the pawn on g7. What is chat saying? Okay, here Mark says d4 or h4 depending. Knight d6. Okay, if I go knight d6 then. Okay, you mean I go b3 check? He goes d5. Yeah, but if I go d6, he can still just take my knight on with the queen or the bishop. Wouldn't make difference, I think. But as you are saying, if I start with the knight on d6, the pawn is blocked to d5. So if I go here, no. Yeah, okay, so if I go d6, then he just takes with the bishop. Bishop takes d6, my knight. And then the king has a square to retreat to, which it would be f8. Am I wrong? Okay, bishop takes d6, and if c takes d6, yes, then queen d5, correct? Yes, Mark also wrote it in chat. Oh no, bishop takes g6, frees f8. Okay, so bishop takes d6, you meant probably. And if c takes d6, we have, yeah, if c takes, of course, we have the mate. So this doesn't work yet. But somehow there must be that solution. So, anybody else in chat who has a solution for this wonderful Frankenstein Dracula variation position? So, the idea so far is bringing the queen to b3, check. Then he has to defend by d5. We cannot take with the queen because it's protected by the queen on d8. So we're thinking of blocking the pawn, and the idea was to bring the knight to d6. Then the bishop takes, and the king has a retreat square on f8, so that doesn't work. But if he would take with the c pawn, then of course we would have that checkmate. Okay. Oh, difficult. What to do? What to do, what to do, what to do? Another mate, of course, would be if we somehow can protect the f7 square, but I don't see that. Dum, da, dum, dum. Okay, Mark writes knight g5 threatens queen d5 and queen f7. So, knight g5. Yes. You're right. So, knight g5, if he takes, it doesn't matter, because then the queen cannot protect the pawn on d5. Yeah. So, if we go here, okay, if we go with the knight to g5, we have a mate threat on f7. If the queen takes, we simply go to b3, check. Now he has to protect. He brings up the pawn to d5. We take with the queen and have a nice mate. So he cannot take with the queen, he has to defend differently. So we go knight g5, and my initial idea, if he cannot take, is nothing, I think. Moving the pawn, bishop out of the way doesn't bring anything. So yeah, the idea would be h6, retreat with the, yeah, and if he goes h6, we of course bring in the knight for the fork. Yep, I think that's it. Okay, let's rechat. Okay, so ng5 threatens queen d5 and queen f7. Yes, if queen takes g5, less cool than knight d6. Yeah, but still, I think that's the correct solution. It is knight g5. Shall we try it? Are we alright with that? Nah, if h6, queen f7. Yeah, still, yeah, you're right, you're right. It's still checkmate. Let's check again. Yes, if, yeah, because the knight takes h7 or protects the king from running away. So is there anything else he can do to run away? Nope, 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 nope. What happens? Okay, we didn't take into consideration queen e7. So if we go with the knight to g5, he plays queen e7, or also queen f6 would work. Then f7 is protected. Take, 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 take. Okay, it doesn't make sense anymore. Strange. So, what do you guys think? Okay, I would protect knight g5 with the queen move, so f7 is protected. What to do then? So oh well, if he does that, okay. So then we just bring the queen again to b3, and that is check. He has to block it with the queen, and we take the queen with the knight. Okay, I think that is the correct solution. Queen takes d5, and e6 and f7 are covered. Okay, queen d5. Queen d5, you say. Queen d5. Yeah, queen d5 would work right away. Yes, okay. So, yeah, true. I don't even have to go to b3 first then. Okay, so we are going to play that, and I believe it's super correct. Yes. And they don't even bother to give more explanations, followed by a deadly check on the a2 g8 diagonal. Okay. Shouldn't they have given more explanations on that? So I take a look with the engine just for fun. Yes, it is +8. So as said, it's queen f8. We just go here. Now queen, oh, look at that. Yes, queen e6 is one of the solutions. And then we just take with a knight. And we are all good. Alrighty. Good, nice. Basically, I don't know about you, but I think it's really fun to solve these puzzles together. Yeah, I never did that on stream before because I thought, well, nobody would be interested, it would be boring or so. So I was very happy to find this course on Chessable, especially with the theme for the Halloween edition. And I really liked it a lot. So again, Mark, thank you for taking actively part, of course. And the others, hopefully you have as much fun as we do. So to me, this is great training. Okay, next one. Black to play. And we have only 5 more to go. So, black to play. What's happening here? The white queen is unprotected. So can I give serious damage to the... Yeah, I believe it is rook e1, check. Only thing is he has to protect or take the rook. Then I give check on b4, and then he has to do something to go out of the check. He cannot stop it with the queen, and then I can just take the queen. That would be my intuition moves. Let's see. Yeah, I will props do this course too. These are fun. Yes, they are. Alrighty. So, yeah, rook e1 and bishop b4. Let's go. So, yep. And check and take. Done. That was easy. A sneaky discovery check. Alrighty. So, next one. Black to play. Chuck, 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 chuck. What's happening here? We have... We have an unprotected knight on d5. We have a queen that is protecting the king. Here I don't see something right away. looks difficult to me. So we start again with, can I give checks? I see one check and it is c3. He just takes with either pawn and nothing gained. So I believe that's not the right move. So, are there any takes that are interesting? I don't see threatening takes. I could take, of course, I mean, we have 3 times attack on d2, but neither of them are giving real danger, I think. Okay, of course we would have a nice fork on f2 with a knight from e4. But the queen is defending. Hey, here we have something. Oh, I was daydreaming. I thought I could make way with a knight on f3, but that doesn't work. Double attack doesn't bring anything. Just take. Here doesn't work. If I take g3 with the knight, doesn't work. Ooh, yeah, I'm kind of stuck. So I read the chat and see if there's anything happening. Okay. Ooh, I like this one. Yes. I don't know. Was it the one before or this one now? This one looks really tough. Okay, so. Let's think. Let's take time. Okay, I think I would go knight f2, forking. The queen has to take. Then I need to go out of the way. I have free move with the knight because it's check. And what happens? I could go to d4, check. That way he cannot bring the queen back because it's double attacked. He has to move the king to e1. And then okay, knight forking is being taken. Check by knight to d4. He has to go to e1, and now my super visualization skills, which are not there, kick in, so I don't forget how the position looks like. Okay, this here. Now I could give a check on... now I have another fork with the knight on taking c2. So I believe that is the solution, guys. Yes. Okay, so let's see. Yes, you can post everything in the chat, Mark. This is a fun game together for Halloween. So, should I post in chat or no? Don't want to ruin. Okay. Yes, basically, I am working on a notebook here, and I have the chat only in another window. So when I take a look at the position, I don't see the chat. Yeah, so you can post whatever you want, and if I'm lost, I will take a look at chat, of course. So what do you say? I think it's knight f2 check with the fork, correct? Then it's queen takes f2, then it's knight d4. Yes, that's what I also thought. Then it's king e1, and it's knight takes c2. Yes, correct, that's what I also had. But to be honest, you're not totally sure. I'm sure. So we're going to move it. Are you ready? Yes, it worked. So now d4. Yes, it worked. So king e1, queen queen e4. The ravenous black queen will devour too many of white's helpless pieces. Okay, it's a check, and it's taking the king, the rook. Oh, we didn't think of this one here. Check, he cannot protect. If he goes back, I just take. Okay. This is interesting. I'd like to check with the engine if you guys are okay with it. Let's see, we go back a move here, and then we see what gives the better evaluation. Very cool, always interesting. You can find better moves. Okay, black is winning, obviously, 6.46. So we found out that the only move is king e1, and now we have two moves. It's 6.54, and my and Mark's solution was the knight fork, and we didn't think of the queen fork. So let's see what is the better evaluation. This brings us down to 2.36. It is king f1, and now it says queen c4 check. Oh, I would, without hesitating, simply take the rook and be happy. Probably. I just follow through the line that's been given. Queen c4 check. We wait a little until the computer is finished. It is d3 now. We take, I believe. Queen takes. Now we get the knight, of course. Yeah. But why can't I take the pawn before? It's the same thing. Probably. No. Oh. We have an unprotected bishop here now. Looks quite difficult, so I just try here. Okay, minus 2.5. Let's see what happens here. Oh, now it's equal. King g1. Okay. Wow. These are usually positions where they're over my head, and I have to calculate way more than I would be happy with too. Okay, that makes sense. This looks much cleaner. Oh, but they take on h6. Yes, the bishop that is left now. Correct. Okay, so we go back again to our position. We don't take here, but we will just here we have king is attacked, the rook is attacked, the knight is attacked. Okay, yes, correct. Okay, so here knight e3, protecting. We take the rook now. Queen has to defend. Well, does it have to be the queen? Could also be the knight, if you ask me. But we see if it goes here, it is now queen picks up more stuff, and that would be prevented by the knight. So let's see if I go here. Oh, -9 suddenly. Now knight takes. Okay, and that would be prevented by the knight on e3. Okay, so I'm happy with the analysis here and know what and why. Okay, so, but if an f1, knight takes, yes, correct. Yes, Mark is paying attention, alrighty. So then we have 3 more to go, and then we are finished with the Halloween edition. I think it's a great idea to give it to us on Halloween time. So it's really, really cool by those two, one FM and one IM. I would like to name them again. They are, we do this later on. I am Dirk Sebastian, and FM, what was his name? Oh, we see later. Okay, next variation, third last. Black to play. Okay, what's happening? Black to play. Okay. Again, I always start with checks. So is there a check? No, there's no check. Are there takes? Only thing I see is taking the knight on c3. Take. Does it do anything? Could be retaken by the knight, the bishop, or the pawn. To me, it doesn't do anything. Sorry, guys. Oh. So. Okay, so if the take doesn't work, we are looking for threats. So one threat would be moving the knight on c6, but then, no, the bishop actually is not hanging because of the knight on d6. So we have stuff to work with. So knight to b4, attacking the queen. This would give the sniper on b7 a nice eye on the g2 square. Queen would need to move. There are lots of places to go to. Actually, not so many. So let's see if we play knight b4. Queen is under attack and needs to move out of the way. Let's see where to. So check the 5th rank. A5, no. B5, no. C5, no. D5, no. E5, no. F5, no. G5, no. One square on the 5th rank. For the queen, it is H5. Okay. Queen cannot go to E4 or F3. Cannot go to D4. So yeah, the only possible square for the queen would be H5. So what to do? Can I work with that? Of course, threatening it further would be only by g6, but then the queen has h3. And is it only h3? Oh no, and of course also h6. Okay, let's see if the chat has better ideas. Let's see. Not yet. Okay. So then I continue thinking what could be good here. Okay, so let's check the possibilities here. If the queen goes to h6, we could try g7 with the bishop. And then the queen only has g5, f4. Yeah, it's she slipped out of its misery. So that's probably not the way to go here. Is there something else? We could also give trouble to the queen by by knight e7. Again, only square for the queen is h5. But same thing. Doesn't help. Okay. Can we get an attack going on g2? I don't think so. And this now is something, do I already get out of creativity? I keep wanting to trap the queen. Yes, same here. Absolutely same here. No, you're not dumb. It's just chess. Okay, so... Can we free the queen by taking? So let's see. If we take the knight on c3, we have more space for the queen. But this just doesn't make sense. I don't see anything. Ah, wait. Oh, look at that. Yes, nice. We didn't check the knight to e5. So if the knight goes to e5, where can the queen go? Ah, there's one escape square now because the bishop is blocked for d4. Do we have more? Oh, that would have been so nice. But still, let's check. So, if the knight goes to e5, then the queen cannot go to the white squares. And here, not there, not there, not. Okay. So, the only move is D. Haha, love it. We got it, I think. It is e5. Queen needs to go to d4, and then we fork her on f3. I believe that's it. Same thing. Yeah, n e5, queen e5, and f3. Yes, lovely. Okay, that's super cool and amazing. We were on the right track, but I almost forgot it. And sometimes I don't check everything, and I'm just tired of thinking or trying to find an easier way or so. And so this is really good training. I like it a lot. Okay, let's go. Yes, yes, and yes. The poor white queen is unable to find shelter. Otherwise, we could just say, on Halloween we killed her. Okay, so next variation, second last one. And let's go, of course. So we have, and oh, I forgot the shameless plug. We have 7 viewers on YouTube. And of course, if you'd like to and like these sessions, check out the other videos and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate it. Okay. So, with this, we start the evaluation of the position. What do we have here? We have is something hanging. Don't see it. Okay. Again, checks, takes, threats, always the same. So we are going to give check, and it is queen takes h7 check. Only move is take. And I lost my queen. I'm very unhappy. So this doesn't work. I think I see something, but let's see. So I need to get rid of defenders for the f6 pawn. How can I get rid of the defenders? By bringing the rook to e8 and, well, the queen needs to move away. Or is it take take? So rook takes, I go check, queen takes, I take the pawn on f6, check, the king has to go to g8, and I'm out of material. Bad. Okay, so this didn't work. I see if Mark has an initial thought here. The part that was dumb was I thought they had queen b5. Ah, the puzzle before. Okay, yeah, true. Okay, so chat says not yet anything, so let's still try finding it. Okay, so we are going to play I have pieces on b3 and c3, and they just look super inactive. Very unhappy with the position. Of course, I have a strong e-file with the double rooks. Wait, what happens if I take with the queen right away? So it's queen check. He can just retake with his queen, and I'm out of the attack. Nothing's happening. So that's probably not it. Oh. I have no clue. Clueless, as we say. Clueless, I don't know. Anybody seeing anything? I check chat again. Also, Mark has also no idea. Okay. On Twitch, Clips Splice says something, but not really helpful. So, it's been 2 hours since the stream started. Yes. And it were great 2 hours because, yeah, I haven't seen such a course before that was really themed on a certain event. And yeah. So, again, let's get creative here. So, we have this. Okay, let's see what happens if we give a threat by taking a rook to e7. That would give a mate threat on h7. So he has to take that and yeah, he really has to take that because if he brings the knight up to f7, I just take with the rook, so that's fine. Yeah, so I believe he has to take. Cannot run away with the king. It's all good. Yeah. So I will bring my rook to e7. If he takes with the queen, I retake, so that's good. If he takes with the bishop, then what's happening? He takes with the bishop. If he takes with the bishop, I cannot retake. I cannot take f6. I give up. I don't know. Anybody in chat? Let's see. Final check. Still no idea here. No idea there. So in these cases, I just make a move to see what happened. But I really'd like to find it. So can I give it another try with something else? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Here, rook to e7. Bishop takes. No, nothing. There's nothing. I have no clue. Nope. Okay, so again, final check in the chat. No idea, no idea, and we will just go with a move. And my intuition says it is here. It's not. Huh? Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so it is knight takes d5. Can we work from here? Yeah, probably. It is pawn takes the knight. Bishop takes the knight, the pawn. But what did change then? I have no clue. So I click on next. Okay, so this is a correct move. He retakes. I believe we retake here. No, we didn't. And now we take here. But what's the difference? Pff, this is going. This mysterious sacrifice lets White's queen put her fangs into f6. Okay, next. Sacrifice. And I believe the next sacrifice. Yes. And now finally f6. Ah, oh no. Oh. But I believe that was so hard to see. Okay, but now how do we continue here? He was having the bishop. I check chat first. I have no idea, and okay. So, what now? There must be a mate, otherwise we're material way too far down. Well, the idea is, of course, check, and congratulations, I completed my daily goal. It's 1 hour on Chessable, of course, but this is a move, and White has a decisive advantage. Yeah, now it's mate, and the queen has to take. I take with my queen, and I'm up in material. This was difficult to find. I go back all the way. Phew. Really, really difficult. Super tough. I don't know. Did anybody in chat see that? Nope. Okay, but we're good. I had no clue that this was the solution. Take, and yeah, I knew that f6 somehow is the solution, but I couldn't make it. Ah, but I also never thought that this would be the mating net. I always thought with the rook or something. Okay, so that was my fault then, probably, that I didn't check for ways to activate the pieces. I said they were useless and out of the equation here, but yeah, okay. So next variation, final variation. Okay, let's really try hard to solve this. White to play. Of the Frankenstein Dracula variation, I love it. Okay, white to play. Going for the checks, checks. There's only one check, and that is knight to h6. What happens? Pawn takes. Queen takes. And then we're stuck again. I learned a mate, and that would be if the knight is not protected, we bring the knight to e7 and then queen to h4, but just in case that the king is on h7, but it's all not. It's just out of my mating patterns course. Okay, so this is of course nothing. So let's see. The bishop is unprotected on b7. The check didn't work with the knight to h6. So we have takes. Of course, I think it is nice to take on g7 to bring out the king or to weaken his protection. Okay, takes don't work, so threats. We have a double attack on the knight on f5. The knight is not pinned because of the rook on a8. So I think we should do something with the knight. Take a look at chat. Chat, what do you say? Still no idea and nothing. Okay, so what to do here? Okay, let's still imagine that we take on g7. We take. What are the best moves for the king? Well, if he goes to h8, we bring the queen up to f6. We give a check by moving the knight away to h5 and have a checkmate with the queen on g7. So this would work for both sides actually. Yeah, this would work for both sides, so he has to take. So if he takes, we have the queen, we have the rooks, but nothing really that I see here. I'm again clueless. I have no idea. So if I would need to play here, as I'm double attacked, I would just take the knight on e7. It's a check, and so he would have to take with the rook. He takes with the rook, and I don't see it. Anybody in chat? Again, just looking, and nope. Nobody, I don't know. So what else can I do with my attacked knight? And does it matter that it's attacked? Here, no, 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 no. Can I lure something onto a square that I want it to be. Okay, the other move, let's try again, is check. He takes. Or doesn't take. But I believe take would be the way to go. So. But I don't see it. It's probably easy, but so hard to see. And yeah, I kind of cracked under the Halloween pressure, but I think I'm lacking the willpower to really dig deep here and find it. So I will try for 1, 2, 3 more minutes. And if I don't see anything by then, I will just give up. So give me 3 more minutes and write in chat if you see it. Knight to g7 take. King has to take, as we thought. Then I give a check with the queen on g5. King. But I don't have enough attacking power either way. So really the idea would be to defend things. So what happens if I take the knight with the rook on e1? I take. He brings that back. Takes with the rook. Nothing I can do. I don't see anything. Yeah, I give up. Last chance for chat. Okay, so chat, is there anybody? Hold on. Nope. Okay, so I just give up, cracked under pressure, it's late. And we just go with the move I thought it would be. And that is, I don't know, I don't even have candidate moves, which are really good. I really don't know. So, 3, 2, 1, what to do? To keep the position even, I would take the knight. But I know it's not correct. No, it's not. Taking with the rook. But why? You remember, guys, that was the last move I checked. Then I thought he would retake with the rook. Okay, I'll do that. Take. He takes with the rook, X is expected. Now I have to take with my... Do I have to take with my knight? Now I think a mate threat would be nice with the queen. Hey, hey, hey. Nope, doesn't work. Sorry, I thought queen g4 and then knight h6. But he has in between move and I cannot take the queen with my queen because the rook is still there. So that would not work. But I still don't know. Still, I would like to go for a queen move here. And best would probably be g5. Nope. Oh, it's another sacrifice. A shadowy move with the terrifying threat knight f6 check. Knight f6 check. Yes. Okay. But I take with the bishop and nothing changes. At least that's what I think. So let's see how the solution goes here. Okay, yes, takes. And now, again, nothing changed. Well, now I could go g5. Yes. And now I have to go with the... Well, it's still equal. If I take with a check, he takes with the queen. I take the bishop and... Hold on. It's check and I can take the rook. Check, take, check, take. Oh. Okay, so stay here. I'd like to stay because I need to check this for sure. Okay, rook takes e7. That's what we had. Rook takes e7. Knight takes knight d5 double exclamation mark. Super, super interesting. Okay. So, why is it a threat on an f6 check? He could just take with the... Let's check with the engine. I'm very tired by now. Okay, done. So, bishop takes d5. Let's imagine it goes there, and now I go here. Why can't he just take? Because it's somehow a checkmate, I believe. Yes, checkmate in 3, but how? Queen g3. Check. King goes to f8. I go queen g7, yes, and that's it. Okay. Yeah, if he goes the other way, it doesn't. Okay. So that's why he couldn't allow it. Okay. So he had really to take, and then it started. Queen g5. Threatening checkmate. Still the same thing. Queen takes f5. Queen takes f5. Rook a e8. Oh, now we have a different thing. Did I make a mistake here? I go back to the solution. Ah yeah, queen f5 and queen f5 leaves the winning position for white. Yes, okay. So, then that's that, and we're through with the course. Super amazing, and liked it a lot, and hats off to I am Dirk Sebastian for putting this together for Halloween. Liked it a lot. I hope you had fun also trying to solve these puzzles with me, of course. And wishing you a very good night again. Check out the other videos and subscribe or follow. And how do we say? Happy Halloween. Thank you, Mark, of course, for taking part so actively and solving so many puzzles with me. And I wish everyone a very good night. Trick or treat and get lots of sweets, of course. And yeah, have a good night and bye bye.